Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Las Vegas from the Doolittle Community Center. I'm Nick Anastas along with Todd Benacki, getting set for Session B of the 2017 Global Summer Basketball League. We've seen Session A, Todd. A whole different group of players arrived overnight, and Day 1's action with Session B continues. We should see some more highlight-type action.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun in Session A, and high-caliber, high-flying circus acts. No doubt about it, Nick, but you know, a lot of those players have moved on. Some have stayed for the weekend, the second session, so it should be a whole lot of fun. And, you know, I'm excited to see some of the newbies, too, that just flew in to local Las Vegas and looking to put on a show as well this afternoon.
This World Vision team is using this event more as a training camp. Like most teams, they had their first practice yesterday, but unlike most teams, they're going to be together for 3 weeks, leaving for China on Friday. There, they will play a number of national teams from South America, the Middle East, and Asia. So as the talent on this team is a little unmatched, they have lots of players who have previously played in the NBA D-League and the Summer League, most of them still playing professional over in Europe right now. Coach Damon said this first game is all about just finding a groove and getting to know each other. Back to you guys.
Thank you very much, Kelsey. Well, as we take a further look at these two rosters, and one team's been playing with each other, the other one hasn't, as Coach Bethea's guys are accustomed to seeing one another on the floor, and Coach Gabrielle's guys literally just met yesterday. So two different scenarios on two different sidelines.
Yeah, and the World Vision team has guys from, you know, some big-time schools, Colorado State, Maryland, Tennessee, just to name a few. Big, strong, physical-looking bodies. This may be the best team we see throughout the entire 7-day event. You know, I don't know what going on a limb yet, Nick, but there's no doubt they certainly have the physical presence to dominate this week, and we'll see once the ball is lifted if they're able to do it. Meanwhile, for Linos Gabriel, he's under some pressure. Remember, he coached in the opening Session A, didn't win a game, so he has to come out for today and perhaps figure out some things this week. You don't want to come all the way from Greece and Cyprus and go over throughout the week.
Right. Well, in fairness, they were involved in 3 tight games that did come down to the wire, but Coach Gabrielle, you're right, would like to get that first W for sure. This is the second game of the first day of the second session, Session B. Session A was won by the Finnish Select squad as they went 3-0. And some of those players from Session A returned for Session B, but for the most part, Todd, it's a new group across the board.
Yeah, and the good thing is, too, many of the coaches we saw in Session A are here as well. So, you know, they're here for the long haul. They made long hauls, some from across the seas, and they want to evaluate as many different American players as possible. And that adds to a lot of the fun because we've seen some of the good personalities, guys like Manu Schmidt and Miko Larkis, and, of course, the guy we see today in Linos Gabriel. These are kind of household names for us already this weekend. They've been a lot of fun, and we'll see how they handle a new crop of players here over the next 4 quarters.
Not a bad crowd at all. Again, mostly scouts on hand here at the Global Basketball Summer League, but there are a few fans in the crowd and leisurely observers and players, of course, coming and going all the time throughout the gym. Well, they're going to announce the starting lineups. And you mentioned it, Todd, right away, a Colorado State alum, Marcus Walker, 6'1", going to play one of the guard spots. You're right. Look at this. Utah, Tennessee, Maryland, Michigan State. And not necessarily in this game, but on another roster, we saw a Harlem Globetrotter. So they're coming from really all over the place.
Definitely. And there are some guys that are in the NBA G League, and now the Gatorade League, as it's known, that are also here this week.
Yeah.
So it'll be a nice little spice, a little flavor, and hopefully add to the athleticism and fun that we watch over the next 3 days.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of highlight-type plays, a lot of dunks, which, of course, gets the crowd fired up. But we've seen some pretty good shooting, some defensive plays that have stood out. It's been entertaining to watch for sure since Session A kicked off on Friday and concluded yesterday, and we're hoping Session B can live up to the billing for sure.
Oh, I'm very impressed with the size, the athleticism, and almost impressed with the way these teams have gelled and the chemistry we've seen on the floor already in the first 12 games. You don't expect teams to come together for just a couple of days, a couple of hours of practice, and have the chemistry that we've seen. But, that's a testament to the athleticism and also the teammate ability, if you will, of these guys. They know that they have to come out, and if they're going to shine individually, they have to do it as a club.
The quote-unquote home team, a.k.a. the team wearing the white jerseys in this one, that'll be Coach Gavriel's Greek Connect squad. And the black team, black jerseys and shorts, is led by Damon Bethea. They'll head right to left, while Greek Connect will head left to right. So World Vision in Greek Connect, game number 2, session B. Here at the Global Basketball Summer League in 2017. Nick Anastas, Tom Benacki, Kelsey Wright Johnson with you. All right, we are just about set to jump it up. How about 7'3" David Foster, who wins the tap easily? And we are underway, and now a whistle. And the shot clock, never started, so we'll take it side out of bounds.
Well, we've seen some 7-footers here this weekend. Connor Voss just played a game. He's from Columbia University. He's listed at 7'1", but he's trumped by David Foster from Utah, the Ute, who stands at 7'3", and that's the tallest player we've seen on any roster here in this tournament.
Near side, open look. Jay, though, is short. And off the bounce, a second opportunity is going to drop. That's Dominic Woodson, 6'10", big man out of Tennessee, who was in the right place at the right time there to put World Vision out in front, 2-0. Meanwhile, the answer won't go down on this try. Three-point attempt in and out there by L.G. Gill, former Maryland Terrapin. 2-0 World Vision going to the rim. Shot there a little bit short. Put back up by Foster. Tip, 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 tip. Foster again goes up strip this time, and it will stay with World Vision.
Well, David Foster at 7'3", the closest to him on the other side, at least in the starting lineup, is Anthony Estes. He's listed at 6'7", no opportunity to get that rebound.
Three-pointer up and in. It's Marcus Walker, Colorado State guard, who was able to spot up and drill. 5-0 now, and another whistle with about a minute gone in this opening quarter here in Las Vegas. Well, so far, so good for this World Vision squad, and we talked about it, Todd. Very strong on paper. And so far, as we said, so good, 5-0.
And they play a lot together as well throughout the summer. So they have the chemistry. That's quite an advantage. And they're taking that chemistry to China next week, according to Coach Bethea.
Meanwhile, a miss there from Stephen Powell results in a defensive rebound. And now World Vision with a chance to go up even more. Inside, it's Foster, and he's fouled here on the near side baseline.
Well, normally it's a bad idea to throw it down near the ankles of a guy that's listed at 7'3" on a pass, but showing the athleticism, Foster went down, he picked it up, and he was able to gallop towards the goal and get the clip on the wrist, and he'll go to the line and shoot a couple of free throws.
Foul there by Anthony Estes, 6'7", out of North Carolina A&T. Got Foster on the elbow, and here is Foster, 7'3". He looks every inch of 7'3" as well. Bends the knees and knocks down the first to extend the lead to 6-0.
And he probably has to have specially made high tops. Probably about a size 18 is my guess. Those skis on the free throw line.
Perfect free throw trip there for the big fella. 7-0, minute gone by. Meanwhile, the Greek Connect team looking to get on the board. Three-pointer far corner is up and in. It's Jamison Tipping, 6'7" out of Orangeville. Able to knock that one down on the spot-up shot. And, well, the officials are saying it was 2 instead of 3, so it looked like Tipping had at least 1 foot on the line over there in that far corner. So 7-2. And again, a stoppage here as we continue to work through some technical issues here courtside with the scoreboard.
Well, they want to make sure that the times are always correct. Remember, these are NBA officials, and they're being watched on every little call and every whistle. So
right.
Monitoring the clock is a big part, certainly, of the NBA game, and we've seen that consistently all weekend, and they're going to get it right every time.
That's another aspect that sometimes gets overlooked about this Global Basketball Summer League is that it really started as a training ground for aspiring NBA officials. Meanwhile, one dribble, up and in, over the shoulder there. It's Quincy Skates. Or excuse me, that's Woodson's second field goal. That's Dominic Woodson, who scored the game's first bucket, the Tennessee Volunteer, with his second field goal, 9-2. Meanwhile, Tipping hit a three a moment ago. Hits a three again here.
He's got a nice shot, too. Real good release, smooth off the fingernails, and both of his jumpers from downtown have gone down early in this game.
Yeah, that first one I was mistaken. Of course, he was on the line. Well behind the line, though, on that last make. So he's got all 5 points for the Greek Connect squad. Meanwhile, the turnover is going to hand the ball back to Coach Gavriel's squad. And speaking of Coach, he's up on his feet for the first time, arms crossed on the near sideline. His squad has a chance to make it a one-possession game. We're just over 2 minutes in first quarter. World Vision out in front 9-5. Left to right, here comes Stephen Howell, or Powell, I should say. Tough man-to-man here from World Vision. They poke it loose and get a steal. On the run, it's Woodson in traffic, no, but a foul. Well, Woodson, he's got that big body, Todd. It's 6'10".
6'10", probably 250, big,
Yep.
strong upper body. And
I'd say at least 250, but we saw his explosive ability to run with the basketball in transition.
that was nice, too, and rewarded with his strength at the free throw line.
Meanwhile, a timeout is called by Coach Bethea as he wants to address his guys. Well, the other difference, I'd say, between Session A and Session B here at the Global Basketball Summer League is strictly the size of the rosters. In Session A, it was, 7, 8, maybe 9 guys as a luxury. Well, now we're going 10, 11 deep on each roster here in the B session.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess because some players have stayed through the weekend for Session B, and then you add those that just got off the airplane yesterday or so, and these teams have certainly expanded. And so because of that, if you're watching, you don't have to do a double take, but you may see 2 number 2s or 2 number 3s of different variety come in for the same team, and that's because they've run out of jersey numbers because of the expanded rosters, and so we'll have to do our best to designate who's whom on each team as they come in with the same numeral.
I may have to lean on you for that as we proceed here. Again, we've had some technical problems with the scoreboard, not only to begin this game, but to begin the day. Back in game 1, it got off to a rocky start, so some gremlins hiding in the wires here courtside, and the officials doing their best to try and sort through it, along with the staff here at the Doolittle Community Center.
Well, they want to keep structure, certainly, to the weekend, and that's the key, and making sure the clock is correct and making sure these guys get used to that, used to the 24-second shot clock, and they don't want to rob them of seconds in executing a play. And to me, that's the real challenge, I think, throughout this entire event. Is a lot of these guys are used to the 30-second shot clock from the collegiate and the international levels or so, and so can they execute with 6 seconds fewer on a possession and still find something positive? If they can do that consistently, maybe they can adapt to the game at the professional level.
Took me a little while to adapt to it on Friday as a broadcaster as well. It does go by quickly until you get used to it. 9-5 coming out of the stoppage. 2.5 minutes gone by first quarter. World Vision out in front. And a chance to add to that lead for Dominic Woodson, who's gotten off to a good start. Fouled a moment ago in the act. He has a chance to add to his 4 points, and looks like Todd, he's all smiles at the free throw line.
Well, he took one below the equator, as they say, as he went on the dribble drive before the media timeout. So that actually worked in his favor to kind of relax a little bit, recover, recuperate, and regroup and concentrate from the free throw line.
Can't hit the first, however, as it rolls off the side iron. One more coming for the right-hander. Again, formerly of the Tennessee Vols. This one short. Foster back up, blocked at the rim. Looked like Anthony Estes got a piece of it and prevented perhaps a dunk attempt. Greek Connect now with a chance to slice the margin in half. They trail by 4. Shot clock is at 10. Spin move below the free throw line. Kick out near side. Fadeaway shot. Long 2. Too strong. That went in and out. No good for Cameron Vines. 6'4" swingman, and World Vision comes the other way. Little step back, up and in. Second bucket for Marcus Walker, the former Colorado State Ram. He's got his club back up 6, 11-5.
Confident shot, didn't hesitate, caught it and fired.
Estes in the lane, blocked from behind with 2 hands there by Foster, but a foul in the process. They're going to get not Foster, but LG Gill with the foul. Gill also in on the play, got a little bit of the body there, and 2 shots coming up at the free throw line for Cameron Vines, who played in Spain. An active pro, averaged 18 points for his club, CB Conejeros.
Easy for you to say, but he took some Spanish in high school, perhaps?
I don't know if that was easy or not, but let's just hope it was right. Meanwhile, the first one is short, second one on the way. 11-5 here. Greek Connect hoping for a second scorer, and they'll get it after Jamison Tipping had scored the first 5 points.
Remember,
so 11-6, and now a little bit of press here, Todd.
They fell down early, did Greek Connect, 7-0 in the first couple of minutes. So they're trying to claw themselves back into this game, down by 5. And they've got to do it by getting some defensive stops. Let's see if they can on this possession.
Coach Gabrielle is going to have his guys press here and pick up full court, 94 feet. Something he stressed in the A session as well. It works here. They force a turnover on the far sideline. Marcus Walker taps himself on the chest, admits guilt. And the ball goes back to the Greek Connect squad. They're down 5. 3.5 gone in this first quarter.
TJ Bates and Ridge Shipley on the double team forced that turnover against World Vision.
Estes with shot clock at 10 goes into the post, tries to spin, kicks it out. 3-pointer is up and in from the far corner. That's Ridge Shipley, formerly of Cal Poly, gets that one to go. And here's a steal by TJ Bates, who just came on. Bates to the rim, and Bates' shot partially blocked there by the hustling Foster. Outlet goes the other way. Alley-oop there for Woodson, too strong, and then turned over. Estes, they want to run. Bates up the floor, has Vines far side, and now a whistle as a collision occurs in the lane. It's going to be a foul against World Vision. Looked like Alvin Ellis was trying to draw the screen, or draw the charge, but was slightly moving there and gets hit with the blocking foul.
Good idea to try to step in and seal the lane. The kick out was going to come anyway, I think, to the right corner. That was the design play. And before that, the body blow, and we get the whistle. Ball will stay here with Greek Connect trailing by 3 with under 6 minutes to go.
And again, those just joining us who are still unfamiliar with some of the rules of this Global Basketball Summer League, it's hard to foul out, Todd. You got to get 10 before you get disqualified. And the only time your team gets bonus free throws is when the squad commits 10 team fouls in a period. So we don't see a whole lot of that either. The idea, of course, to keep these players playing and on the floor. Meanwhile, another shot clock issue here. Or are they wiping up a wet spot on the floor?
No,
What's
we're
the
under
delay?
6 minutes. This would normally be a media timeout. That's the rule. However, because we had a burn timeout earlier, that doubles as the mandatory.
Okay.
So it wipes away what was normally would be a media timeout. I think they're just squaring that up with the 3-person officiating crew.
Chance to tie on this possession with a 3-point ball. Bates up top with the right-hand dribble. Again, World Vision sticking with that man-to-man. Here's Tipping, showing the range. His second from downtown, his 3rd field goal. He's got 8, and he's tied the game, Todd, at 11.
Well, he doesn't like anything inside about 24 feet or so, and why not? He's got a really smooth stroke and 8 early points to help Coach Gabrielle's bunch all of a sudden knot it at 11.
Meanwhile, a moving screen, and that one pretty apparent there on David Foster, who swung those big hips out and was caught in the act, his first. He knew it, no argument. He'll check out as Coach Bethea goes back to the bench. Coming up at the midway point, first quarter, and a chance for the first lead of the game here for Greek Connect. As they work left to right, it's Bates up top. Near side for Shipley, who has range. Going to go inside to their big. It's Estes, little fadeaway near baseline. No, but a late whistle is going to send him to the line. Bates looks over at the World Vision bench and tapped himself on the wrist as if to display where he got hit.
Stephon Branch challenged him. It was an awfully late whistle, and according to the official, it clipped him on the wrist. You heard the collective moan from the fans. I don't think they agreed with the foul. Little touch foul, though, and a couple of free throws coming up for the guy from North Carolina A&T University.
He's got the first to drop. And again, the first lead up on the board for Coach Gavinel's Greek Connect team. One more to come as well. North Carolina A&T. I believe that's in Greensboro, North Carolina. Part of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. Second free throw is no good. And now another whistle here.
Clock issue.
Yep. Yeah, we may have to make a trip to the local sporting goods store and purchase an upgrade here, because this is really starting to affect the pace of play here.
There's no doubt. It's done that all weekend. It's a shame, too, because you want these games to get into flow, and that's really where you evaluate the athleticism of these athletes.
World Star has gone to the bench. They bring on Brighton Hobbs. Caught there at the free throw line. Now they pull it back out. Hobbs looks up. He's got 6 to shoot. He goes right with the right hand. Goes down the lane. Is stripped. It goes out of bounds. And will stay with World Vision. However, just 3 seconds now on the shot clock.
Greek Connect was lobbying that, knocked it off his own knee as he penetrated. That may have happened. The official didn't agree.
In it comes. Has to hurry. And that three-pointer is off target. It was Ellenson who couldn't hit. The other way, finger roll, no. Tip dunk, no. Third try coming, tipping one dribble, passes on the 3. And now a foul on the far side as Marcus Walker ran into traffic and drew a foul. They're going to bang Robert Simpson, who just came on. Robert Sampson, who was slightly moving there and gets hit with his first foul. That's now 5 team fouls in this first quarter. Most of those have come over the last couple of minutes.
And that was drawn thanks to the good quickness of TJ Bates.
Speaking of Bates, fadeaway 3. Won't go this time. Rebound by Gill. World Vision's Ellison trying to space the floor. Has Sampson, and now he's one-on-one with Estes. Going to spin to his left, goes at Estes, couldn't get it, but a late whistle here coming. And it looks like free throws on the way. Coach Gabriel takes exception with that call, not happy.
I disagree. That was a great dribble drive penetration that time. Robert Sampson, the reason why he's at the line is because he had good body control as he glided towards the rack. Didn't make the shot, but did get clipped on the hip, and he's got rewarded with a couple of left-handed free throws.
Yeah, I was about to say the big southpaw able to drop that one. We haven't seen too many lefties throughout the tournament. I thought we'd maybe see a few more, but seeing a pretty good one here at the free throw line, tying the game at 12.
We saw Timothy Coleman from Finish Select. And remember, he
Good
was
point.
part of the all-tournament team. He almost went exclusively left every time he did, but hey, it worked for him. He filled the cup all weekend and really was a shining star.
Took home co-MVP honors as his club captured the Session A championship. Meanwhile, Vines' layup too strong. World Vision the other way. High post, Brooks. Inside, Ellenson, no. Sampson rejected and a foul.
Boy, 2-3 opportunities that time for this World Vision bunch to finish. And that's all you ask if you're Coach Damon Bethea. Or crash the boards, that's the name of the game, and he's got a lot of physical bodies to do it. This team's going to have a lot of those second, third chances, I guarantee you, throughout the week.
Foul on Estes, who did get a lot of the basketball there, but also gets hit with his first foul. Third team foul with just over 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. World Vision leading by 1, make it 2 after the made free throw from Sampson. It's 14-12.
2 games still to come later this afternoon, including a point streak team we saw this weekend against Windsor Express. That's next. And then the Washington Warhawks against the Canada Stars later this afternoon.
The Warhawks, perhaps the best team name in the tournament.
I'm intimidated already, huh? With a nickname like Warhawks.
Meanwhile, Tipping trying to stay hot, can't on that deep shot. It goes off the side iron. Quick outlet, Ellington. Near side for Branch, who came on. Now Branch down the lane, left hand, can't get it. Second try, no good. Lid on the basket. And finally, Greek Connect is going to power out left to right. There's a man on the left side. That is Brighton Hobbs. Hobbs' pass is deflected and now stolen away by Kevin Thomas. Thomas into the lane. Hobbs chased him down from behind, poked it loose. Tipping the steal. Left to right now comes Shipley, and Shipley thought about slowing it down. Instead has Tipping near corner. That 3 is short. Off the bounce, able to keep it alive is Shipley. And a new 24 for Greek Connect, who finally takes a breath here and slows down the pace.
Down by 2, and a chance to tie.
Hobbs to the rim, couldn't get it. Both teams here, Todd, seemingly struggling not only near the basket, but these look like makeable shots that just aren't dropping over the last couple of minutes.
And so much of this game is getting in rhythm, and if you're just off, boy, it certainly is magnified.
Offensive rebound, Sampson able to clean up the Ellis miss. Now it's Sampson going to show the range. That one's short, though. A live drive effort out of the corner. Rebound for Tipping. Greek Connect the other way. 2.5 to go. Opening quarter. Chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. Tipping for 3. That one a challenge, 1 and 2 strong.
Well, he was hot early. We were belting out his name and praising him. He was 3 for his first 3. He's missed his last 3, and all 3 of them have been a little short.
Meanwhile, to the cup. Tied up, and now a foul is called. The defender there was Hobbs, who got a piece of a branch, and the both hit the ground. Foul's going to go against World Vision, and it's the first on Branch. With that, we have a timeout here on the floor inside of 2 minutes, first quarter. 14-12, World Vision out in front. They scored the first 7 points. Jamison Tipping then got hot, and it's been back and forth since, Todd, the last few minutes.
Yeah, neither team really finding much continuity over the last 2 or 3 minutes after a pretty good start for World Vision. And unfortunately, they were unable to really maintain that high pace, that high energy on the court. On the other side, give some good credit to Coach Gabrielle and Greek Connect. They came back. They've utilized the guy of Jamison Tipping, his long-range shooting, and that certainly has been a major difference maker in the first 8 minutes of this contest. Outside shooting on one side for Greek Connect. They've utilized some good defense as well, getting some stops, and that's allowed them to pour themselves right back into this game. But the physicality and the depth of what Coach Damon Bethea has on his roster may be too much over 4 quarters. We'll certainly see.
Nick Anastas along with my man Todd, and my girl Kelsey is on the sideline. Kelsey Wright-Johnson.
The World Vision coaches are stressing being aware of shooters on the defensive end and closing the gap on ball screens. They want more pressure, more energy, and to be attacking the rim on the offensive end. Coach Damon said to work the offense from the inside out, keep getting the big guys involved and look to kick out to the guards beyond the arc. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Kelsey. Doing a great job as always. And Kelsey not working the sidelines alone today either. We'll hear from Atonia Yanifa very shortly. Now both coaches here really taking the extra time to get in some one-on-one teaching lessons on the side. You saw Coach Bethea have an extended chat there with Sampson, who just came out of the game, and Coach Gabrielle, he's always looking to sneak an extra word in on his sideline as well.
Now, World Vision, you're not seeing double here. Both Stephon Branch and Wally Ellerson are on the floor, both wearing number 2.
Meanwhile, it's Estes inside. Can't get that one to go. He's going to stick with it, though. A little fade on the jump hook. That one is true to tie the game at 14.
Good court presence, kept his body down, able to find the hole off the rebound. Sweep putback, and we're knotted at 14.
Final 100 seconds, first quarter. Ellis going to dribble it back out, given room by the defender. And on the far side, having to hurry is Branch, and he's going to be called with an offensive foul. Shot clock racing down. Branch trying to separate himself on that far wing with a little forearm, and the official all over it.
Yeah, that's easy for these NBA caliber officials. You can't do that at the collegiate level and certainly at the professional level. But he was trying to create space. The clock was weeding itself down, and that goes the other way.
Greek Connect with, again, a chance for the lead. Here is Anuma Ibinam, and Ibinam is able to get that one to drop. So it's a 2-point game in favor of Greek Connect. They lead 16-14. They've scored they've outscored World Vision 16-9 over the last few minutes, but not anymore as Stephon Branch gets to the hole there. 6'4" swingman, able to get it with the left hand, and it's 16 apiece again.
I like his step in the lane, found the hole, galloped to the goal. Boy, he really bounced off his feet well and rolled it up and in.
They're going to lob it inside. Bynum to his left, little fade, can't get that one side iron. Rebound again for Branch. Branch lobs it up the floor, but miscommunication leads to an interception. Picked off there by Shipley. And now Shipley going to slow things down here near side. Dual point guard look with Shipley and Bates. A little two-man game here on the near side wing. Shot clock is down to 10. And now Bynum is fouled on the entry pass down low. Reaching in there was Kevin Thomas, who's guilty of his first foul, team 7th. That'll leave 16 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Shot clock is now turned off. And it looks like, I think Coach Gabrielle's guys are going to look for the last shot here of this first quarter.
Not a good foul by Kevin Thomas. Ebenham was far away from the bucket as he caught it in the block, and you're not going to put a move on at that point. Don't foul the guy that far away from the bucket.
Estes is fouled down low. And I believe that was just the 10th team foul. So a lot of whistles in this first quarter. And again, 10 being the key number, which leads to bonus free throws in this Global Basketball Summer League. So Anthony Estes going to step to the free throw line where he's already 2 of 2. He averaged 15 a game for the Rams of North Carolina A&T in his final season. He's got this one up and in with the right hand. 3 points early on for Estes. And again, Greek connect out in front 17-16.
Oh, World Vision's so physical and athletic, sometimes maybe that works against them. They've been whistled with a ton of fouls, and it's cost them. Greek Connect has really gotten a lot to the line in this first quarter.
Final 7 seconds. Ellis up top, leaves it for Phil Lawrence Ricks, and that's an air ball from Lawrence Ricks. Challenge shot up top. They're going to add an extra second to the clock. So it'll go from 0.4 to 1.4.
And Lawrence Ricks panicked a bit at 6'8". I don't think that was his shot. He thought he had less time than he actually did.
Meanwhile, Bates going to heave it down. It's intercepted, and that's going to do it for the first quarter of play. So it was a slow start there, Todd, for Coach Linos Gabrielle's Greek Connect squad. They fell down 7-0 early on, but were able to rebound quite nicely and take a 2-point lead with them into the second quarter, 18-16.
Yeah, good game plan. And once they did fall back, they did find their defense. That helped them come back into the game. And they found the sharp shooting of Jamison Tipping from 20 to 25 feet away, and that certainly helped their point cause. And then, the game plan of drawing fouls against the awfully deep, physical, athletic bunch of World Vision. Well, those have piled up against Coach Damien Bethea's bunch. And Coach Gabrielle's bunch have benefited from that and have capitalized by drawing opportunities at the free throw line. And yeah, they've turned a hole of 7 points into a 2-point advantage as we get ready to roll on here into quarter number 2 of game number 2.
Nick Anastas, Todd Benacki, Kelsey Wright Johnson, and now the 4th member of our broadcast team, Atonye Yangifa. Atonye.
At the end of the first quarter, Coach Gabriel Ludis from World Vision Sports talked to his team about their offense. He said they needed to create more movement in transition, utilizing their pick and pops, their driving kicks, and if not, settle down on the court and set up their offense. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Atonye. 18-16 as we get set for the start of the second period. It is day number 1 of Session B here, the 2017 Global Basketball Summer League here in Las Vegas, Sin City. More specifically, the Doolittle Community Center. Some new players on the floor, it looks like here, Todd, for Coach Bethea, as he looks to get some fresh legs out on the court with his club down 2.
Yeah, Wally Ellenson has checked in, a 6'6" forward or combo player. You see the big physical Travion Leonard at 6'10", big, huge body down low.
A lot of beef on that World Vision roster.
No doubt.
They've got a lot of big men up and down the roster. All right, little full court press from Coach Bethea's guys. Handled easily here left to right by the point guard T.J. Bates, Southwestern Christian University. Inside now it's Bynum, little fadeaway, nope, but a foul is called. The big man got it on the way up, looked like on the right wrist. Foul on Wally Ellenson, that's already his 3rd. First team foul of this first quarter. A lot of free throw attempts so far already in this first half for Greek Connect, a chance to add to their 2-point lead here at the line.
And Enuma Ebenem from Nigeria. So he adds to the international flavor of this entire weekend. Actually has attended Bowie State University in the great state of Maryland most recently.
Yes, Baltimore's finest. Yeah, there's a lot of players from that conference as well, Todd, I've noticed. The MEAC, they call it, the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference, North Carolina A&T of Anthony Estes, and as you mentioned, Bowie State's Bynum. He's got 1 of 2 to make it 19-16. 30 seconds in to the second quarter. Right to left, Marcus Walker has returned to run the show. Little backdoor feed is blocked at the rim. Powell denied, it looked like by 2 players, including Bynum. That'll lead left to right for Powell, and he's fouled as he comes into the front court. Reach in there on Alvin Ellis, former Michigan State Spartan. That's his first, team second here in the second quarter. Well, are they just being over-aggressive here, Todd, being caught out of position? We've seen already a total of 12 team fouls so far against World Vision.
I think some of it is just being caught flat-footed, too. They're not getting back quickly enough defensively, and they're out of position against a very quick reconnect team that all of a sudden has the lead.
Benham with another jumper, showing the range there, the big guy. 21-16, minute gone. Largest lead for Greek Connect. Coach Gabrielle clapping his hands here on the near sideline. Meanwhile, a spin move by Walker is going nowhere as he's punched back. 5 to shoot. Walker, a deep one from straight away, is up and in.
I don't think he planned that or drew it up the way he'd finish, but he certainly caught it at the top of the key, panicked a bit, fired it up, and hit nothing but net from long range.
That's his 3rd field goal. Meanwhile, another foul on the other end, starting to become a trend. That's Rashad Pack with his first.
Well, Coach Bethea has a deep roster.
That is the 3rd team foul in this 3rd quarter.
He's going to need all 12 he brought here today to the Doolittle Center before this is over.
He sure may. Meanwhile, Bates, drew a foul there on the floor before the shot attempt. So it'll be side out of bounds here for Greek Connect. They lead by 2, 21-19. It's been the same look defensively, Todd, most of the way for both these teams. That's the half-court man-to-man set. Meanwhile, a little fadeaway on the baseline. That's too strong for Powell. Weak side rebound, an outlet by Woodson up the floor. He's got Walker, the baseline J, rattles in and out. Tipping it, though, is Leonard, new 24. Leonard to the ground. Or not Leonard, but the guy he was guarding. That's Estes. Caught the worst of that exchange. It'll stay at this end with World Vision.
Travion Leonard had that rebound.
Woodson to the rim, right hand, finish, and the foul. Bumped in midair there. Looked like he was going to dunk it there, Todd, for a minute, but probably wisely decided not to. He's got a chance for a 3-point play as a result.
He's too physical, and he doesn't need to dunk to finish, and that was a nice catch underneath. And once he got off of his feet, forget it. You weren't going to stop him on the way to the rack. Now let's see what his free throw prowess is all about.
21 apiece, 3 field goals early for Woodson as he approaches double figures.
A little nice high arch on it.
Yeah.
In front of the rim, the glass, the soft hands by the big fella. Yep. He's put his team back into the lead.
Good rotation on the ball, gets the friendly roll. 22-21, 2 minutes in second quarter. Coach Bethea coaching up his guys on the sideline. He's got 3 assistant coaches on that bench as well. Meanwhile, jumper from Powell, in and out, won't go from the near elbow. Rebound off the bounce goes to World Vision. And now an inadvertent horn here is going to cause Coach Bethea to roll his eyes as another stoppage. So we've had the unfortunate theme of technical problems that has, at times, slowed down the game. Play resumes now. World Vision right to left. They're back in front, 22-21. They want to add to their lead after trailing by as many as 5 moments ago. Rashad up top. Woodson thought about it. Now will fire along two. Nope. Side of the iron.
Well, he wanted to show his range. He had a good open look. Don't give a big fella that big of a look, although at one time he just clanked it short.
Three-pointer. Far side. That one's short there again from Powell, who has struggled early on. Just 1 of 5 to begin the game. Meanwhile, a foul on the rebound is going to go against Benham, who picks up his first, and the team's second here in this second quarter.
Rashad Pack has just checked in, and L.G. Gill, who was in the starting lineup from the University of Maryland, also back into the mix for Coach Bethea.
Yeah, both Pack and Lawrence Ricks take a seat. Meanwhile, subs on the other side is Cameron Vines, Spanish professional, back onto the floor. Ebenen, after a solid 6 or 7 minutes, gets a well-deserved break. Again, World Vision by 1 with the ball. 10 to shoot. Woodson near wing. Got Walker. Walker on a drive back to Woodson. Lost it, though, on the way up, out of bounds.
Nice two-man game. They tried to work well with each other and tapping his chest and saying, my bad. Dominic Woodson, he knows he should have collected and finished on that play. And he went off of his knee as he took his eye off the ball, galloping towards the goal.
Unofficially the 6th turnover so far this first half. That's by my count, of course. We'll try and get you the real stats at halftime. 3 minutes in, second quarter. 10 to shoot. Up top again, it's Bates. High post Estes. One dribble, 16-footer. Nope. Couldn't get the fade to go, and the rebound comes off the bounce to the defense. World Vision the other way. Woodson's pass picked off, taken away by Tipping. Up the floor, up and under for 2. It's Brighton Hobbs, and that's about as athletic of a finish as we're going to see.
Yeah, pretty finish. A little up, a little under, and a little scoop goes down.
Meanwhile, a steal here on the near side. Vines just took it away, up in front again, looking for another pretty finish as Hobbs won't get it, but will head to the free throw line.
He's quick, he's athletic, listed at 6 feet even. One of the smallest guys on the floor, but he could be one of the quickest. And he and TJ Bates both listed at 6 feet even. A nice backcourt combination on this set by Coach Gabrielle. And the speed is working right now for this team. They're forcing, again, more fouls against World Vision and just owning the free throw line.
Free throw up and in. They're taking advantage for sure as Hobbs hits the first of 2. Foul, by the way, was the second on Elvin Ellis, formerly of Michigan State. Calling for the 3rd team foul as well. Good trip there for Hobbs, 2 of 2. His club back in front by 3. They've scored 4 unanswered, 25-22. We come up on 4 minutes gone by in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Walker trying to shake off Hobbs. Has a man open near side. Now they lob it inside to Leonard. One-on-one with Estes. He traveled. Now they tried to get the pivot foot going in the post, but shuffled the feet. And another turnover here forced by the Greek Connect defense, Todd. They've looked pretty strong on that side of the floor.
Yeah, Travion Leonard, the mistake, catching too deep. He couldn't decide whether he wanted a drop step to the baseline or a reverse pivot towards the middle, and he tried both, and unfortunately that took the extra gallop. Like to see a big fella like that catch it deep and back the defender down and go to the goal. Use that big body.
Hobbs from just inside the arch comes up short. Right to left now, it's Walker. And a hand to Ellis. Ellis trying to go inside to Woodson. And now Woodson and Tipping tangled up, and Tipping's going to get hit with a foul. A little rough play there down low.
Yeah, he tried to reach in and grab it, and by the time he did, he got too much of the body. Undersized Tipping going in against the big boys to reach it away, and that's going to be a foul more times than not.
Well, both teams have stuck to that hard-nosed philosophy on defense. It's been basically pick up your guy at midcourt. We did see Greek Connect try and throw the full court press at World Vision earlier, but not for long. Meanwhile, a foul on the inbound is going to come along the baseline. It's against Estes, who reached in.
Part of the fun this weekend is watching that good, tight man-to-man defense. That's really where the athleticism shows in the open floor.
Leonard trying to bull his way down low, lost the basketball.
That's what he should have done the previous play. He tried it that play, and same result, turnover.
Meanwhile, Hobbs turns it over himself here on the near side. Never quite handled that sideline pass and dribbled the ball out of bounds with his right hand, so World Vision gets it back over. Meanwhile, both teams struggling to get some flow here on the offensive side. As we've talked about, a lot of fouls and clock stoppages and turnovers have slowed things down. Down by 3, World Vision trying to get back on track. It's Ellis. The defender Bates in his pocket goes to the rim and gets a friendly teardrop.
That's my favorite from a guard. Penetrate, teardrop, show those soft hands, and let it fall from the heavens and through the hole.
Ellis's bucket cuts it to 1. We're at the midway point of this second quarter. Coach Bethea fired up on the sidelines and perhaps influences a turnover there. Skip pass too hot from Tipping to Estes, out of bounds.
I think Anthony Estes took his eye off. It wasn't the best of passes cross court, nor was it advised, but he did have it on the money, and Anthony Estes couldn't reach up high enough and grab it. And so a rare mistake from Greek Connect. They really valued the basketball for more or less of this first half until that play.
Coach Gabrielle going to go back to the bench as a result. Meanwhile, World Vision looking to reclaim the lead, and they will. Inside, a power finish there from Maryland's L.G. Gill, and that leads to a timeout from Coach Gabrielle. Well, his team was just up 4. Now they trail by 1. A little 5-0 run from Coach Bethea's World Vision squad. They lead again 26-25.
And there's a good example of the physicality, as we saw L.G. Gill catch down low and use that body to create space in the middle and get a good straight-on look and the finish for World Vision.
Once again, here's Kelsey Wright-Johnson.
At the first quarter, the foul count was 10-3 against World Vision. Right now, it's a bit closer halfway through the second. That's because at the huddle, Coach Day1 told his guys to stay aggressive on the defensive end, but to make smarter decisions. They've gone away from switching. They're back to playing just simple old man-to-man, fighting over all the screens. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Kelsey. 26-25. Game number 2. Here on day number 1 of session B. Nick Anastas along with Todd Benacki. We just heard from Kelsey Wright-Johnson. We will hear from Antonia Yangifa as well. Still 2 more games to be played this afternoon here in Las Vegas, and then 2 more days after that. Day 2 of session B tomorrow, starting bright and early here at 10 o'clock Pacific. And then the final day of the entire Global Basketball Summer League will be Wednesday the 12th, 2 days from now, where we get up bright and early that day, Todd. First game tips off at 9:30.
Yeah, we're still looking for our second wind of this event, and the first 3 days were enjoyable. There's no doubt. They were long, grueling, 10-hour days, however, with 4 games on each day, and it's kind of refreshing to come to the community center today and see some of the familiar athletes, some familiar faces, but also see some fresh new athletes and fresh new faces on the sidelines with these coaches and their styles and what they're trying to preach and what they're looking for if they're recruiting some of these players. And that'll be fun the next 2 days. So we've kind of hit the reboot, the reset button early this morning, and now session B commences, and we'll see how it all unfolds by Wednesday night.
Here's Coach Gabrielle. He was winless in that session A portion of the tournament. We
have to remind him. I guarantee you he's well aware.
Yep, 0-3. 3 tough losses, too, but got his guys playing well. Down only 1 to begin session B, 26-25. Here's a fadeaway, and Ebedam was rejected there by the 7'3" Foster, who is back in the game. David Foster, the former University of Utah star. Meanwhile, foul here at midcourt. It's a reach in on Tipping. Tipping not happy.
He tried the rare trap at half court on Marcus Walker, and a little overzealous that time was Tipping, and he was whistled with the touch foul.
Yep, reached in a little bit. That's his 4th, by the way. Remember, Summer League rules, you get 10 personal fouls before you foul out. Meanwhile, Walker, was he on the line? Yes, he was. Had his left heel on the line and demonstratively disagrees with our officials.
He tried to do the tightrope, the circus act, as he tried to stop on a pop, but the official said he towed the line.
Tipping had it stripped in the lane, goes to the floor to no avail. The other way comes Gill. Gill, 2 big steps in the lane, right hand hook, no. Ball taken away off the bounce, pushed up the floor. Bates has Tipping for the layup. Now Tipping the steal off the inbound, can't get it, follow, yes. First man in double figures in white tonight. Tipping now with 12. Club back in front by 3 as Greek Connect leads 29-26.
Tipping's kind of been an ebb and flow player, and at times he's been awfully sharp.
3-pointer off the mark by Pack. And the ball's going to go out of bounds off the side iron.
You can see, though, Jamison Tipping, frustrated to watch his facial expression. He's a good competitor. and that's what you want to see on the floor.
Yep, he's arguing now that he didn't touch it. The officials say he did off the miss, and that's why a new shot clock will await World Vision as soon as they adjust it. Inside, here's Woodson. He's been quiet. Got off to a good start. He's double teamed in the post, kicks it out. Pack skips a pass here near side for Gill. And now back up top to the point guard. Lobbed inside to Foster. Poke loose. Tipping on the ground. Is going to retrieve it for Greek Connect. Then Foster pokes it loose again. Bodies all over the floor. And what do we have here? A timeout? It may be. The last man with it was LG Gill for World Vision, and he wisely calls a timeout to preserve the possession.
You don't think these guys are fighting for jobs? I
Right.
mean, the scrum, the dives, they want those loose balls. They want to show on film that they're a team player, and they're going to do whatever it takes. Bumps and bruises, maybe tonight, a trip to the local hotel in Whirlpool maybe after the game for a guy like LG Gill as he dove down low to grab that ball. But hey, they want to do whatever it takes to maintain their possession, and we saw that right there. Good scrum on both ends, and World Vision able to come out on top as they burn a timeout.
Just over 3 minutes to go until halftime, and it's a 3-point lead. Largest lead either way was 7. First 7 points of the ball game were scored by World Vision. Greek Connect able to settle down, take the lead at the end of 1. And now they're up 3 here, 29-26. Nick Anastas, Todd Benaki, Kelsey Wright Johnson, Tonye Yangifa as well as the rest of our media staff here at the Global Basketball Summer League. Good crowd on hand for Game 2 of Day 1 of Session B.
And there is a little incentive. The winner of this game will get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow. They'll come back at high noon and play.
That's always an incentive, isn't it?
Absolutely. You lose this game, you got to set your alarm clock 2 hours earlier and ready to tip it off at 10 a.m. in Las Vegas tomorrow, Tuesday.
Yep. And we'll have coverage, of course, of the winners bracket semifinals tomorrow, as well as the losers bracket, and all the action on Championship Wednesday as well.
Marcus Walker tried to lob to the baseline and found nothing but the opposite wall, and it's a turnover.
And again, a little sloppy, I think, for Coach Mathea's taste. That may be something he addresses at halftime. Foul here. It's up top, and it's on the defender, Marcus Walker, who tried to lobby for the offensive foul against Yates, but to no avail.
So Marcus just commits a turnover on one end and now foul defensively. He's got to get it together.
4 team fouls each way, 2:40 to go. Meanwhile, step back 3 from the near wing. That one too strong from Vines, and a foul on the weak side is going to go against Tipping. That's 5 already on him, Todd. At some point, you got to start being cautious, right?
Yeah, you got to start lassoing that great high energy by Jamison Tipping. No reason for that foul. He was out of position going against the bigger, more athletic player for World Vision and LG Gill on the loose ball, and that was too easy for the officials.
Meanwhile, Coach Gabrielle about to bring in Kentrell Brooks of Marist College, 6'8" swingman, and he was coaching him up all the way to the scorer's table here on the near side, so interesting to see how he reacts. All right, ready to roll here. Final 2.5 until halftime. Baseline, layup is there. Easy one there, unchallenged by Richard Pack. That's his first field goal. He's got World Vision back within 1 at 29-28. Greek Connect, they want the answer. They go far side. It's Vines. Vines up top. 2 dribbles now for Brooks. Brooks kicks it left side. The 3 is off target, though, for Hobbs. Rebound now, World Vision. They want to race right to left. They want the lead back. Long 2 is up. Too strong that time for Gill. Ball tipped in the lane, and the other way comes Hobbs. Hobbs racing, goes 1-on-2, score it and the foul. Boy, this guy can fly, Todd, on the open floor. His 3rd field goal of the 2nd quarter and a 3-point play opportunity.
Yeah, he was a blur coming down the lane like a Porsche on the interstate that time, if you will. And boy, that sweet little Euro step got around Marcus Walker, caught flat-footed. He commits the foul, and the high-flying Brighton Hobbs has an N1 opportunity to our right.
31-28. We're inside of 2 minutes now until halftime. And we'll hear from both head coaches live at the halftime break as well. Hobbs got it up and in with the right hand. He's had a great 2nd quarter. He's got his club back up by 5, which matches their largest lead from earlier.
There's the advantage for Greek Connect, the speed, and that's why they're up 4.
Hobbs against Walker. Walker goes by him with a crossover, but can't convert in the lane. Little scooper won't go off the back iron. Rebound for Brooks. Brooks into the front court, has Hobbs. Tipping, extra pass. Far side 3. Shipley up and in. He hit one earlier there from that same spot, Todd. I guess he had his foot on the line, so it's only a 2. But it's now a 6-point lead at 34-28.
Solid play by Tipping. The extra pass makes the difference. Find the open man and let him connect from downtown.
Nearly a steal. Kevin Thomas almost had it taken away. Instead, jumper in the lane is up and in for Walker, about a 10-footer. And we're down to 1 minute. Second quarter, 34-30. Tipping, deep 3, up and in. Boy, he's got the range there, Todd. He's hit now 3 from outside the 3-point arc.
Very, very silky smooth stroke too, and that time nothing but twine.
Walker lobs it inside, and there's the jam for Foster.
Not the first slam of his career, I guarantee you. 7'3", that time beautiful lob, caught it high right near the cup and finished with a dunk.
I'm sure he's been dunking since he crawled out of the crib.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, a travel is called here on the near side on Kendrell Brooks, the man who just checked in out of Marist. Caught for dragging the feet, and now a timeout is called by Coach Bethea, who wants to draw something up, perhaps a 2-for-1 here with 37 seconds to go, second quarter. World Vision trailing, Greek Connect 37-32.
I like the way both coaches' styles are working. They're really utilizing their bench, keeping fresh bodies, different combinations into the game, and right now we're getting some entertaining basketball. It was a sluggish start, but all of a sudden the action has heated up. Good fast-paced basketball here at the Doolittle Center, and we've got a game, a 5-point separation as we get closer and closer towards the halftime intermission break.
Well, again, the winner goes on to the semifinals. The loser will play in the loser's bracket semis.
So it's a 10 a.m. game or a high noon game. You pick it.
Right.
You want to go out and have a little more fun tonight with your buddies in Vegas? Win this game, you'll get rewarded with 2 more hours on the alarm clock.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the winners will.
That's incentive
tip
enough
off at noon,
isn't it? Don't
I
you
agree.
Think?
I agree.
When you're camped out at a big hotel in downtown Las Vegas with a lot of your friends and some new friends. Heck yeah.
The winner takes on the winner of the game that was already played, correct? Which was
French
either
Pro-Am and Finish Select.
Yep. Trying to get you the final score.
Session A earlier this weekend,
right?
So they want to continue to play well and continue to sweep.
Meanwhile, the officials taking some extra time to wipe off the ball, which is always a courteous thing to do.
We haven't seen any towels. I know they were looking for towels. We haven't found one in the entire building, if you can believe it.
One of the officials just used his shirt. 10 seconds. Thomas looking for Foster. Broken up in the lane and stolen. The other way, Powell. Powell crossover, dribble, left hand, finish. Won't get it. Lid on the basket there as it hits twice off the iron and rolls out. A break for World Vision. They come right to left now. Final 10 seconds of the half. Down by 5. Right side, Pack wants a 3. Fires the 3, comes up short. Air ball out of bounds with 2 seconds left. Still some time for Greek Connect to go down the floor.
Some curious shots. He had a great open look and nothing but air. A lot of pressure on these guys, and the focus, the concentration has got to be there at all times. Play your game, relax. Good things will happen.
Yeah, easier said than done, maybe, when you have a dozen scouts watching it. Meanwhile, steal 3 won't go for Walker, and that will do it for the first half. Greek Connect, seemingly the underdog, maybe on paper, Todd, going in, but they have not played like that. They lead at 37-32, and that's despite the fact that they fell down 7-0 in the game's opening minutes.
Look, name of the game, Linos Gabriel, been around the block. You play solid defense, you do it consistently. If you use that as a point of emphasis, that certainly will give you a chance to win. And their defense has been solid after a real sluggish start by Greek Connect. They've utilized their D, they've hit some long-range jumpers. And as we've talked about throughout the first half, hey, get the other team in a lot of foul trouble, and World Vision has been clocked with one personal after another. It's allowed the Greek Connect bunch to saddle at the free throw line, make it their summer home really for much of this game, and they've connected from the free throw line. And hey, all of a sudden that formula has worked well for Coach Gabrielle. You play good defense, you force the issue with your speed, you get to the free throw line, and you force mistakes by World Vision. Hey, it's all spelled an advantage of 5 at halftime.
It sure has. It's gone according to plan for Coach Linus Gabrielle, who's looking for his first victory here in this Global Basketball Summer League after going 0-3 in Session A. I'm sure that's kept him up at nights as well, right?
Summer League basketball 0-3 is a lot worse things in life for a world-class coach like Linus Gabrielle, yeah. On the other side for Damon Bethea, he's brought a very strong, physical, deep bunch of 12 here to the Doolittle Center. We've seen their athleticism displayed for much of the afternoon. And boy, big guys down low like Dominic Woodson and David Foster and Travion Leonard. Boy, they've been impressive. The guard play of a guy like Marcus Walker has been somewhat inconsistent at times, but they've gotten guys like Stephon Branch, Alvin Ellis,
first I have to speak
Richard Pack come off the bench.
Coach, you guys kept
He's
the
also
lead
been
for
a
the
nice looking
first
combo
half.
type
How do you
player.
think your team is playing
A lot
today?
of big time schools. They've come from places like Colorado State and University of Maryland and University of Utah and Tennessee.
Going into the second quarter,
Those are
what do you
some of
think?
the big time Division I schools that this team has in World Vision. And
Going
still,
into the second
despite
quarter,
all
what
of
do you
that,
guys think you
despite
guys
their
can
big,
improve
strong
on?
physical bodies, right
All
now
right, thank
they're
you,
being
Coach. Good
outquicked
luck.
by the Greek Connect bunch and Coach Linus Gabrielle and 37-32.
All right, I think we are ready for one of our
Oh,
two sideline
right.
reporters. And who is it? It's Atonya Yingifa, who is standing by and, well, not quite ready. She's going to grab one of the head coaches for us in just a moment. Kelsey Wright-Johnson doing a good job as well. She'll grab the other. And as soon as we get the green light, we'll send it sideline. Again, 37-32. Day 1 of Session B here in the 2017 Global Basketball Summer League. Nick Anastas, Todd Benacki here with you. And now let's head it down to Atonya.
Coach, you guys kept the lead for the most of the first half. How do you think your team is playing today?
I mean, we could do better, but I think for the first time being together, and some of the guys came like 20 minutes before the game. I mean, it's kind of impressive what the guys are doing until now. If we take consideration our opponent is a team that probably they're gonna tour around Asia, etc., and they're practicing for a month. So I'm really satisfied from the effort, and I believe we have the potential to grow and be better than we are right now.
You talked a lot about moving the ball, pick and rolls, driving kicks. What are you guys focused on offensively moving into the second half?
I mean, pretty much this is the basic philosophy on offense, spreading the floor and trying to get the big bodies of the opponent out of balance so we can have some open shots or dish passes to score. But we're going to get some other plays which are going to help the guys, especially the ones on the zone, to get some shots. But it's going to come through the games because obviously we didn't have the chance to do it the previous days.
All righty, thank you so much. Good luck to you, Coach. Back to you guys.
Coach Gabrielle, he's always going to give it to you pretty straight. That's how they do it over there in Greece, from what I understand, right?
Yeah, you ask him what his game plan is, and he says it's all Greek to me. It's that simple. But hey, he's a great guy, and very, very laid back and fair, but a great tactical mind. Just watching him what he does, and hey, it's worked so far in the first half this afternoon.
Well, Kelsey Wright-Johnson has the other head coach. And that, of course, is Coach Bethea.
Coach,
Kelsey?
down by 5 at half. During the huddle going into the quarter, you were stressing defense, saying stay aggressive but get a little bit smarter because the fouls were what was hurting you in that second quarter. What are the adjustments you're going to have to make going into the third?
Well, we obviously have to play defense without fouling, and we have to be in the right position when we're supposed to be there, and it's the old adage, do it over and over again. It's almost got to be insane with it. So we have to be insane with our defense, and we got to take care of the basketball. I mean, right now, 20 turnovers, that's kind of a joke, so.
We talked before the game, and you said this was kind of the loosen up, get the groove, get to know each other. On the offensive end, is there anything that's going to have to change going into it?
Yeah, we got to get guys in spots, and they got to understand the offense and from jump, and it's all about learning each other, like you said, and hopefully in the second half we can work out some of the kinks and keep moving forward.
All right, good luck, Coach.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Bethea, I would preach to my guys, figure out ways to be great defenders without fouling, because Greek Connect is forcing the issue. And right now, the whistles and the fouls are piling up like snowflakes against World Vision, and it's costing them on the scoreboard. This is a team, I think he's frustrated that he's got a very strong athletic team, unfortunately, right now, that's just not playing up to its potential, committing too many mistakes, and it's costing them so far in the first half.
Well, another scoreboard issue here. That'll give us some time to take a look, though, at the first half numbers. And, well, what do we got? Decent shooting percentages. We'll start there. World Vision near 50%, as they shot 48% in that first half, 12 of 25. Meanwhile, the Greek team, who has the ball, just 42%. Yet they out-rebounded the opponent, or were out-rebounded 27-9, but still has a 5-point lead. You don't see that often. Meanwhile, make it 7.
Cameron
that one
Vines.
Up and in there for Cam Vines.
Deep triple from the wing. His first field goal made of the day was 0 for 5 before that triple from the left side.
Vines, who played in Spain last season, trying to get himself another gig. Meanwhile, Walker steps into a long two. Can't get that one. Shot too strong, and it's out of bounds on the far side. Chance to go up 9, maybe 10 here for Greek Connect. They're enjoying their largest lead, 39-32. Bates, who played well out of Southwestern Christian University, brings it into the front court. He's got the shooter, Tipping, and Tipping's got another three-pointer, his fourth.
He made 6 field goals in the first half, 6 for a total of 15 points to pace the way for Greek Connect. I'd find that guy a lot more. He's got the hot hand so far on a hot day from Vegas.
Leads all scorers now with 18, and it's an offensive foul. Boy, Bates took a shot in the mouth,
Right in the
got
chops,
knocked to the
yeah.
ground, and comes up grimacing. He's okay, though, and ready to stay on the floor. Minute gone, third quarter. A chance for a double-digit lead here for Greek Connect. Coach Gabrielle on his feet watching. Tipping the guy to watch here. I think they're running something for him. They're going to skip it near side instead to Hobbs. Hobbs looks left side for Estes. He's in the post. He wants to go at the big 7-footer Foster. Instead, hands to Tipping with 4 on the shot clock. Baseline drive is kicked out to Bates. Now Hobbs has to hurry, and the near midcourt heave won't go. Rebound goes to World Vision. Good defense there.
Too much indecisiveness that time, and it cost him a possession.
Sampson off the mark, Tipping the rebound, and then Tipping is knocked to the ground. Foul going to go on Sampson, who offers no argument.
Another one of those flat-footed fouls against World Vision. There was no reason to foul a guy 70 feet away from the bucket. You weren't going after the ball to get it anyway, so get back, retreat, get into your defensive set, and figure out a way to stop him on the play. Instead, lazy play that time, and he got called with the foul.
And again, World Vision kind of using this Session B of the Global Basketball Summer League as a tune-up to their upcoming trip to China. You're going to have a few more things to tune up, perhaps, if they can't figure it out so far. They're down 9, and Greek Connect threatening to take a double-digit lead for the first time. Here's a 3, left side, halfway down and out. That's a tough one to swallow there if you're Cameron Vines, who is looking for his second half field goal. Instead, a miss, and now a foul at midcourt is going to go against the point guard, TJ Bates, who rolls his eyes, not happy.
One of those three-pointers that defies gravity, huh? How does the ball get halfway down the cylinder, pop all over, and then pop out?
Only in Vegas, maybe, huh? Meanwhile, Tipping going to get a well-deserved rest. Gets a pat on the shoulder from Coach Gabrielle. Also on is Wally Ellenson back in for World Vision. Walker trying to split the defenders, and a travel is called instead. Went right at 2 men and took an extra step there on the far side wing. Another World Vision giveaway.
Good idea, but there were 2 bodies converging on him in that tough angle. Nick, from the baseline, he tried to split them with that little Euro step, and that was the extra third step that cost World Vision another possession.
41-32. Both teams have been stuck for a minute. Air ball here from the man who just came back on. He beat him. Had a good look at it, but came up well short. Both teams continue to struggle to begin this second half. 2 minutes in, third quarter. Full court press, and there's a steal. And here he comes. It's Vines. Vines with the one-hand throwdown.
Well, his previous shot pinballed all over and popped out halfway down the cylinder. This time he's going to make sure that gravity helped him with the one-handed flush.
First double-digit lead of the ball game either way. It's Greek Connect 43, World Vision 32. 10 to shoot. Lob back door. Off target for Foster. Couldn't handle it. Another turnover. Now it's Hobbs exploding to the rim. Has a man right side. It's Bates, and he's fouled on the way to the rim.
That was a pretty two-man game.
I was about to say, that's about as flashy of a transition opportunity as we've seen in this one so far.
Yeah, Bates streaking on the right baseline, kind of came out of nowhere. And a pretty feed as he galloped to the goal, crashed into some bodies, and rewarded with that play with the finish.
So this is not Bates, but Anthony Verdure, who is wearing the same number as Bates, so forgive us, both wearing number 1 in white. Verdure out of Lincoln University, that's in Missouri, where he almost averaged 22 points to go along with more than 4 assists. Can't get the free throw here, it's off the back iron.
Marcus Walker sits down for World Vision, and Stephon Branch, number 2, has just checked in.
0 for 2 trip there for Verdure. Fadeaway up and in. It's the lefty Sampson. They need him to contribute. Able to stretch the baseline there to bring it back down to 9.
Sweet stroke, left-handed shot from the right baseline. That's a good look, and nothing but net.
World Vision now trying to dig in. Shot clock inside of 10. Jumper up, Verdue, too strong. That one off the back iron. The rebound is Sampson. World Vision left to right. Chance to maybe make it a 2-possession game here. Down only 9. Coming up with 4 minutes to go. Third quarter. 4 minutes into this third quarter. And another turnover. Sampson not on the same page there as his bounce pass goes out of bounds.
Misconnection. Stephon Branch cut. He wasn't expecting it, and forcing it was Robert Sampson, and just bounced it over the end line.
A little full court pressure here. Literally the first time we've seen this from World Vision. Hobbs is going to bring his defender into the front court, but not without a whistle. It'll stop play here at midcourt. And again, it looks like a scoreboard malfunction. Verdure is called for a backcourt violation here. Good defense by Richard Pack to force the turnover there.
I don't know that I agree on the call, but the official says he was not forced in the backcourt. And an over and back, a rare turnover by Greek Connect.
And Coach Gabrielle, meanwhile, all the way to midcourt to protest from the Greek sideline. Well, can World Vision capitalize? We'll see. Branch double team the corner, going to put his head down, go into the lane, and get rejected. The other way, Verdure. Crossover dribble into the lane, drops it for the trailer who couldn't quite handle it. And Vines going to have to pull it back out. Skips it over to Hobbs. Back to Vines, and there's the 3.
Inside-out game with 2 guards, and a nice feed by Bates as he threw it away back to the right wing, and there was Cameron Vines to connect.
Vines only had 1 point in the first half. 5 more in this third quarter. And now Vines with a loose ball off the miss. His club up 12. Vines going to go to the rim, had it blocked by Branch. But a foul is called on the landing, it looked like there, Todd. And Vines going to head back to the free throw line.
Good-looking player. We've seen Cameron Vines come out of the chute from the second half, and he's come to play. It's 6'4", 205. He's got that combination body who can step back, hit the long-range jumper. We've seen that, and that time a sweet gallop to the goal and a little Euro step drew the contact, and a couple of free throws coming up for Cameron Vines, who plays in Spain.
Free throw won't go on the front end. Meanwhile, Foster, the big 7'3" center for World Vision, is going to sit. Sampson is taken out as well, and with that we have a timeout. Just about midway through here, third quarter. Coach Gabrielle's Greek Connect squad looking good. They've extended their halftime lead, and they're up by a dozen, their largest lead, 46-34.
Well, they played much more consistently throughout the day, and the guys like Jamison Tipping of certainly filling the cup. He has 18 of their 46 points. All of that coming from long range. He's hit, well, 4 threes, and the rest deuces have all been 19, 20, 21 feet away. And then you got a guy like Cameron Vines all of a sudden in the second half who's picking up his pace, and he's certainly helping the cause in multiple ways. And you put that together with sort of strong defense. Really, World Vision hasn't found much consistency with Coach Bethea's bunch in their first game of this tournament. I know he's frustrated, and hey, all of a sudden a halftime deficit of 5 has ballooned to 12 for this World Vision team.
Yeah.
They've got to circle those wagons.
Yeah, Coach Bethea and his staff over there busy trying to get a game plan up and running here for Greek Connect, as it seems like the assistant coach is a luxury in this tournament of the Global Summer Basketball League. And right,
two or three, doesn't he?
He's got at least 3 over there. So, not to mention the luxury of having his guys having played together as opposed to the other tournament teams who literally just met last night in a lot of cases.
They were just drafted as they all arrived from the airport yesterday morning, and so they're just making acquaintances. Meanwhile, World Vision probably knows each other's favorite chewing gum flavor.
Has not shown, though, on the scoreboard. They trail by a dozen. 46-34, just over 5 minutes to go in this third quarter. And, well, a chance to add to the lead now for Cameron Vines. You mentioned it, pro over at Spain with good size at 6'4". And he converts there with the right-hand free throw. A little bit of pressure here off the make.
13-point deficit is danger time. World Vision's got to figure some things out. Midway through the third, they can't allow this to get much worse.
Pack, two-man game with Woodson on the near side. Now just 5 to shoot. On the run comes Branch. Wild shot, didn't hit the rim, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. 47-34, and how about that defensive stop there, Todd? They look good.
So what they do would collapse on a double team on the penetration, force an errant shot. It took a lot of the glass off, but it didn't touch the rim, and that's a good call from the officials. Shot clock violation, another forced turnover from Greek Connect.
And again, full court pressure from Coach Bethea's World Vision. No problem, though, for the point guard T.J. Bates. Or not Bates, rather, but Verdue. Now Verdue being harassed, though, by the long arm Stephon Branch. He brings Branch to the hole, and then Branch spanks him out of bounds with 6 seconds to shoot.
6'4" with a long wingspan, and yeah, he came from behind and sent that backwards out of bounds.
Yeah, he looks about 6'7" horizontally. Got to hurry. It's Vines, 5 to shoot. Vines a step back, a 25-footer, short off the front iron. Kept alive, though, by Estes, and there's the baby hook. Second chance opportunities now hurting World Vision. Greek Connect by 15 here, Todd, 49-34.
So if you're coach, you say, no, bad shot from Cameron Vines, but when you have friends like Anthony Estes in the right place at the right time, yeah, good things happen.
Estes' first second-half field goal, and he draws a charge on the other end. Run over in the low post by Woodson.
Dominic Woodson lowered that shoulder, too, and made it easy for the officials, and he just dump trucked right into the chest of Anthony Estes. And, yeah, another good defensive stand, another turnover, and some low fives from Linos Gabriel as a couple of Greek Connect players will get a spell.
Yep. A slap on the behind as well for Vines there after a word at the head of the bench. Meanwhile, the floor is going to be wiped down.
We found a towel in the Doolittle Community Center.
Right. The officials were looking at halftime up and down. Somebody delivered. And it looks like Estes is a man.
That could be toilet paper or so they stole from one of the bathrooms.
I was surprised everybody's just watching Estes here. Now his teammates are going to come over and help. Can't leave a guy out there alone. Meanwhile, with just over 4 minutes to go, third quarter, 49-34. Greek Connect have led most of the game, including the entire second half, and that 15-point hill is the steepest it's been for World Vision.
Well, number one, I'm surprised, honestly. I didn't think Greek Connect, number one, would win this game, but they certainly have outcompeted World Vision, and they've got a good game plan, and they're playing well as a unit and executing according to the coach's diagram.
Tipping for 3, just came back in, and that one again halfway down before it pops out no good. Rebound World Vision. To the rim is Branch for 2. That's a tough finish, too.
But, boy, these guys are so quick off that first step. And when they find that crease and split 2 defenders, they're going to fly to the hole and make sure they finish.
That's a much-needed bucket. Can they get a stop on the other end? Bynum with the elbow, Jay. That's the second deep two he's been able to hit. The center stretching the floor. The lead back to 15 at 51-36.
He's not afraid to show the range either, huh? Times he's caught from distance. He's found some open shots, and he's hit.
Ball out of bounds there. Entry pass intended for Woodson. Tipped away by Bynum. Just over 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Only 10 to shoot here. And foul on the catch. They're going to hit Ridge Shipley of Cal Poly with the foul. A little bit of grab there as the ball was in the air.
Those are whistles I'd love to see go away. There's no reason for that. It didn't affect the overall play, and it disturbs the flow.
Right. The player did not gain an advantage.
Not at all.
So they add 4 seconds to the shot clock. It's now 14. Down to 10. One-on-one here. Pack to the rim. Avoids a second guy and gets the bucket and the foul. Pretty left-hand finish there on a head-down drive to the rim. And again, a much-needed bucket for Coach Bethea's squad. A three-point play opportunity, a rarity so far today for World Vision.
And when you have a 6'10", about 255-pound body like Dominic Woodson, use him as the high screen, and he set it beautifully for the dribble-driving Rashad Pack, and he's rewarded with the end one.
Can't hit the free throw, though, but there's the tip. That's Gill. First bucket since the first half, and now what's this? An offensive foul. Some tempers high after the collision there on the inbounds pass. The officials now are going to talk about it. Coach Bethea chiming in from the sideline animatedly. Coach Gabrielle just watching quietly. The players shaking hands. Whatever animosities there were seem to be dissipating.
Yeah, a few got tangled, I think, after the play.
And now we have, what, a timeout here on the floor?
The officials will talk about how they want to sort this out. They may call a double foul or something like that.
Well, things have been, I don't know if rough is the right word, but certainly physical, I think. Right?
Well, World Vision needs to step up their game, too, and that comes not only with their play, but their energy level, and they need something to spark their comeback, and they trailed by 15 a moment ago. They've pulled all of a sudden to within 11. They've gotten some steals. They've executed a little better out of a timeout, and now they feel like the momentum's on their side, so they're looking for any little thing to try to continue that wave of momentum. And if they can get this call in this favor and get the ball back, yeah, all of a sudden we've got a game here late in the third.
51-40. So flagrant on Shipley is the verdict.
And so the tempers work against Greek Connect.
So World Vision's going to keep the basketball after 2 free throws. So Pack will shoot. Chance to bring it back to single digits after trailing by as many as 15. Free throw is good. Nick Anastas, Tom Benacki, along with Kelsey Wright Johnson, Etonia Yangifa, all here in Las Vegas. It's the Global Basketball Summer League here on Global Basketball TV. A 1-for-2 trip there for Pack. And it's a 10-point ball game again at 51-41. And again, the flagrant foul means World Vision keeps the basketball,
they maintain
of course.
Possession, yep.
Gill, catch, face, fire. No good from the near baseline. Weak side rebound is tipped to Tipping.
I don't think that's the shot that Coach Bethea wanted diagram on that play.
To the rim on a slicing move. Powell, man, the bank's been closed for him. Couldn't get it off the window. Meanwhile, a wild shot by Estes is up and good with the right hand and the foul. Boy, that one might have even surprised Estes himself there.
And poor Dominic Woodson on the other end for World Vision, frustrated that he couldn't get the rebound, and he just kind of raked him over the face like he was one of the Three Stooges, and that sends him to the line. But, yeah, hey, the wild shot, sometimes the prayers are answered in Las Vegas. Count the deuce and a chance for the end one, and that certainly helps stem the tide for Greek Connect, because World Vision, as you would gain, is all of a sudden finding the momentum back in this game in their favor.
Yeah, that one a momentum killer for sure, and a chance for one more coming up out of the timeout. 2:45 to go, third quarter. Again, day one of Session B here at the Global Basketball Summer League in Las Vegas. Session A was won by the Swedish Connect team? Finnish Select team.
You had the right geographical idea.
Scandinavia, sure.
Right. 2 games still to come today. Point Streak, who participated this weekend, also here in the early part of the second session, will take on the Canadian Windsor Express bunch, led by Coach Scott Newman. And then a new team called the Washington Warhawks will battle our old friends, the Canada Stars, who also participated, and Coach Mike Leslie from across the border, our friends to the north, guiding the Canada Stars here in Session B, starting later this afternoon at about 4:15 West Coast time. So still 2 games to go. This is all kind of preliminary early round action. Tomorrow you start to separate the teams, and then Wednesday we'll crown a champion somewhere around 1:30 or so in the afternoon.
And then home to Missouri for you, or sticking around for a couple of days?
I'll stay a couple days. My dad is flying in from Utah, and we'll enjoy Vegas for a couple days and the heat, and then I'll get back on a plane and go back to the humidity sometime Friday night.
Does anyone really enjoy the heat? I guess
enjoy the dry heat, because it's
a
whole lot more tolerable than that dripping, soaking humidity that you're familiar with, or maybe not, up in New England.
Not to the degree of other places for sure, but it does get humid here and there. I'll take it, though, as long as it's double digits and not triple. Out of the timeout, Estes couldn't complete the three-point play, missed the free throw. And now on the other end, a foul is Woodson. Hit on the left shoulder, couldn't get the right-hand shot to go. Woodson's playing hard, Todd, but he's had some bad luck maybe, including on that last one.
Sure. Previous play, he committed the foul that forced the end one opportunity, and on that opportunity, he caught it beautifully. His body was a little contorted, and he couldn't straighten it out and get a chance to finish. And still, he'll go to the line, though, and have to earn them with his team trailing by a dozen and 2:36 to play. Able to connect on the first is Dominic Woodson. Another opportunity to pull his team to within a 10-point deficit. And the winner of this will play at 12 tomorrow. The loser of this game has a bright and early date at the Doolittle Center at 10 a.m. Yep.
With us. We'll be here. We'll welcome them in.
Got to figure out a way to put a cot or two somewhere here at the Doolittle Center.
Right.
We should have just checked in here.
Right. Sleeping on these tables the last few nights has not been comfortable. Meanwhile, Tipping with 10 to shoot. Going to get it back out to Estes. Club up by 10. Here's the three, and that one off target by Shipley, and the rebound goes to World Vision.
Good ball movement, though. Greek Connect found the open man, and the 6-footer Shipley just a little long.
Here's Branch to the rim, couldn't get it. Follow will be waved off, a foul first. Branch is going to head to the free throw line. He's enthusiastic, trying to capture some momentum for his club. They got a chance to get back within single digits.
Yeah, they need that catalyst, that spark to get them back into this contest. And if it's a guy like Stephon Branch, who's come off the bench today, so be it. They're clawing back. They trailed by 15 a moment ago. It's down to 10, and we still have a lot of time to play here late in the third. Stephon Branch clanks the first of two. A lot of time to go, but boy, you just don't want to ruin opportunities from the free throw line.
Right, and that has been something that has haunted teams in this tournament, especially if you're trailing. Branch missed it, gets his own miss, can't get the runner. Tip won't go, finally gets it to fall off the window, and he's heading right back to the line.
Hard-fought battle, get the second chance, finish, and then show a little beast mode from the Doolittle Center. That'll get your blood pumping.
As you said, Todd, somebody's got to be the catalyst. It looks like it's the emotional Branch here who trying to get his guys back in focus. Hustle play off the previous miss led to another three-point play opportunity, and this time he capitalizes.
And now we've got a game.
Down
15,
only 7.
Down to 7.
53-46 inside of 2 minutes, third quarter. Powell with the long arm branch, steering him to the far wing. Gets a screen now. Goes around Woodson, the help defender, and then it's blocked on the weak side. Looks like Pack came over and got a piece, and now Pack is fouled at midcourt on the pass. That's got the bench fired up. Coach Bethea also clapping his hands. World Vision, after trailing by 15 moments ago, Todd, they have a chance to bring it down to a 2-possession ball game.
Well, they found their stride, and they're helping defensively, playing more as a unit on the floor. And Coach Damon Bethea has found this team's mojo here late in the third. Plenty of time to come back. And again, that wave of momentum on their shoulders, but all predicated from that defensive end. And good help that time, put it in motion for World Vision.
Free throw up and good. Rashad Pack has played well here most of the way and is the second player in double figures now with 10. He'll add to that total, and it's a 5-point game again. Meanwhile, World Vision really extending the floor defensively. That's something, Todd, we didn't see in the first half.
Yeah, and getting a lot of help, too. And when you do that as a unit, you force mistakes.
Estes is going to go at Woodson here. Ball was blocked. Is that a goaltend? Yes, it is. It was on its way down as Estes put it off the window. Estes landed a little rough. Shows a little bit of a grimace as he walks to the free throw line, but he's going to play on.
And that's
Meanwhile,
the right call.
They should count the bucket,
sure,
right?
Sure.
Yep.
It was on its way down from its apex, and I think you and I saw it just as well, and that should go down as goaltending.
Yeah, it does. It just took a moment to go up on the scoreboard. It is now 55-48 with 1:28 to go, third quarter. And again, Estes with another three-point play opportunity. He's had a few of those today.
6'7", lanky body at 220, and able to utilize that to create for his team, find some body contact, get to the line, just couldn't finish with the free throw.
Nope, rattled in and out. Greek Connect, meanwhile, they're going to stick to a half-court man-to-man set. Three-pointer, short on the near side. That one off target from Wally Ellington. And now what's this? A whistle as Verdure comes into the front court. Shot clock. It's the usual suspect.
I didn't see a motion from the official, but it's probably a safe guess. 1:06 to go. 7
Shot
point.
clock reads 22 right now, so.
I don't think they changed it.
No, not sure what that was, but either way, it's Hobbs with the handle. Trying to go to his left. Has Estes, elbow J. That one too strong.
Boy, got to make those shots. Nice crossover that time. And Brighton Hobbs gave his teammate a good open look, and Anthony Estes just couldn't hit.
Down to 40 seconds. Pack up top for Ellenson, and this time he connects.
Well, Wally Ellenson had a good opportunity on the previous play and couldn't get it to fall that time. Similar play, but this time to the opposite wing, and it opened the southpaw for a good-looking shot. We haven't called his name much today, but that's certainly key. Wally Ellenson at 6'6", able to crank down the triple.
55-50. Again, World Vision knocking on the door after trailing by 15. They're within 5. And again, the full court press is alive and well. In it comes to the ball handler. That's Verdure, the speedy point guard. He comes into the front court. Bounce pass is taken in the near corner, and a travel is called on tipping.
Head and shoulder fake as he caught it deep in the left corner and faked himself out. Took an extra step. I think he knew it as he kind of glances towards the official and wears a wry smile on his face.
Yeah, I caught that.
You give it away, don't you?
I caught that smirk as well. Meanwhile, what's this? Another foul. This time it's away from the ball. And it's on Estes, who's called for the grab.
And so now we'll see if a 7'3" man can hit free throws. It's worth the price of admission itself when you send 7'3" to the free throw line.
Well, he was what? I think 2 for 2 in that first half, wasn't he? He's got this one. Yes, Foster
stroke.
now 3 of 3 after that make at the free throw line. 7'3" out of the University of Utah. By far the tallest player in the tournament.
Man,
He's
he put it on a
4'4".
clinic from the line, too.
Yep.
Big guy that can hit free throws. Yeah, I think they'll find a place for him somewhere around the world.
It's now just a one-possession difference, 55-52. Tipping. Far corner wants a baseline drive. He's double-teamed, then he turns it over in the lane. Final 10 seconds, third quarter. Chance to tie with a three. Instead, we have a turnover. Branch set it sailing into the crowd. Not on the same page there with Pack. And now Greek Connect with a chance for the final shot of the quarter. In it comes Bates. Looking for Tipping. Stolen away instead by Branch. Branch runs into Bates, and there's a foul with a half second to go. Bates was moving when the collision occurred. A lot of fouls in this third quarter here, Todd. A total of 19 between the two teams. And that was just the 10th against Greek Connect, so it means a 1-and-1 coming once again for, who's this? It's Branch, who's been at the free throw line a lot in this third quarter, but he can't hit this one. Free throw there is good. 2-point game. Half second. Full court heave. Hits the rafters. And that'll do it for the third quarter as Greek Connect, they see their lead trimmed to just two. 55-53 after leading by as many as 15 there, Todd.
It's panic time for Greek.
With a special guest, David Magley, the former commissioner of NBA Canada. Kelsey.
Thanks, Nick. Like you mentioned, this is the former NBL commissioner that we have here. He's coming to this event now for the fourth time with a different role. So let's talk about the league that you guys just started.
It's called the North American Premier Basketball League, and the concept is to capture those markets that used to be in the CBA and the D League and the NBA and the original ABA with a legitimate league, like I just left the NBL Canada, a league that pays their guys a minimum wage up to a maximum wage, sliding scale, good venues, good ownership groups, which is important for every owner, as well as television and live streaming and good uniforms. And we just think it's going to happen, and it's already starting to take over. We have 5 or 6 teams already in, and it's getting exciting.
So you're here for the first day now in this Session B. Do you like a lot of the players that are out here? Are they going to be ones that come to your league?
Well, I see a couple guys that played in the NBL last year that are doing real well. Wally and Jamison Tipping's having a great game so far. And yeah, there's a lot of guys that can play at our level, and that's what's exciting. There's so much talent right now in America that there's no reason why we shouldn't. I mean, and the Canadian juniors, let's give them credit. They just won the World Championship in the under-19s. There you go, Canada, and they were awesome. So for us, we just look at this footprint of Western Canada and all of the U.S., and this is exciting for us.
All right, guys, you heard it here. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, Kelsey. A couple of Canadians there, Todd, chatting. Kelsey, a Toronto native, with former NBA Canada Commissioner David Magley. Just shows you what kind of basketball minds are in attendance here at this Global Summer Basketball League.
And a Canadian team coming up next. I'm sure he'll be watching Windsor Express, and then later today, the Canada Stars will follow. So, Canada for the rest of the day.
All right. Meanwhile, a foul here on the floor. Just underway, fourth quarter, 55-53. The winner goes on to the semifinals, which will be played tomorrow at noon. The loser will also be in action on Tuesday, but in the loser's bracket. 10 to shoot. Walker near side, gets rid of it. Jab fake, and now a three from Ellenson is up and in. Todd's starting to heat up, and that's a big bucket there because it gives World Vision the lead once again, 56-55.
His second tray of the second half. You got to respect the big fella. That time he caught it with the left hand and in one motion fired it and nailed it.
Down to 8 to shoot on the other side for Greek Connect. Hobbs near side, three on the way from Quincy Skates. That one too strong, but a friendly bounce for the offense and a new 24. Skates will give way to Hobbs. Hobbs with that quick first step, trying to find an avenue to the rim. He goes into the paint, has a trailer, and then that shot is blocked by Foster.
Ebenen went up against the 7'3" monster, and he sent it back.
Three-pointer Pack, short, side iron, loose ball, far side. Foster tried to keep it alive.
Look at him hustle in the corner.
But he stepped out of bounds.
It would have been better to see him dive to try to save it in bounds, but that was pretty cool.
Either way, it fired up the bench, the entire bench, including the assistant coaches, all on their feet. But at the end of the day, the ball is back to the Greek Connect squad with just over a minute gone in this fourth quarter. And Coach Gabrielle, again, going to make a substitution here. He takes out the three-point shooter, Tipping, and replaces him with a fresh big. That's Anthony Estes back on, who's played a lot tonight. Full court press. That's been the look defensively in the second half for World Vision. They clear it out. Verdu, the point guard, goes around Walker into the front court. Now into the lane. Lost the handle, but gets a whistle here and a foul is called. Looks like a reach in there on Pack. Coach Gabrielle, meanwhile, waving his hands halfway out on the floor, trying to direct the offense with 14 to shoot.
The hold on Pack. He lost the handle on the dribble drive, and that's the whistle.
Verdu, a step back three, is going to be waved off. Offensive foul, looks like away from the ball.
It's against the big fella.
It's on Estes. That's number 8. Again,
tried to set
10.
the screen on the wing, and he pushed off to do it. And the official was watching.
So he's got just one foul left to give because you foul out at 10 in this tournament. Skates the rebound. Dangerous cross-court pass is handled by Verdu. Verdu is in the lane. He's got Ebenu, who shows the touch again. 15-footer on the baseline is up and in.
He likes that baseline jumper, too. At 6'9", he's got a nice soft touch from Nigeria.
Ellenson for 3. Line drive effort, no good. Rebound wrestled away by Skates. Greek Connect with it, right to left. They're up by 1. Tiptoeing into the lane is Verdu. The trailer is taken by Skates. Skates now going to lob it back inside. And what's this? A push off against Estes. He can't believe it. And Todd, I believe that's number 9.
That's another foul against Estes and another push-off, too. Extend that arm. The officials will call it every time. And trying to create some space, but it worked against them. And all of a sudden, Greek Connect starting to fold in this game, although they do have a 1-point advantage.
57-56. They led by as many as 15 earlier in the third quarter. 2.5 gone in the fourth. Ellenson, who's dangerous from deep. Going to swing it now near corner with 7 to shoot, and Walker out of bounds. Second time that's happened to him, Todd. Where he's had a lot. Where he's had, the left heel it looked like on that one on the out of bounds line.
He was going to try to put it on the deck, put it in motion on a baseline dribble drive, and as he caught it, we see that a lot. He stepped back with the heel and on the black.
Chance for Greek Connect to extend their 1-point lead, 10 to shoot. Ebenu, too strong, weak side rebound off the box out there for Foster. Up ahead, Ellenson. World Vision wants to run. Ellison pulls the trigger in transition. Three-pointer is short. Rebound hustled off the side iron. Running next to Hobbs. Hobbs to the rim, can't get it. Challenged by Foster. Rebound goes for Thomas, who just came back on. That's Kevin Thomas. Thomas up ahead to Walker. Walker knifes his way into the lane and draws a foul as he's knocked to the ground.
Pretty move, too. A confident slash that time by Marcus Walker. He hasn't had the best of game for World Vision, but here in the final 7 minutes, he can certainly step up with his quickness, and that time rewarded as he barreled into a defender with that quick step.
Well, Walker did have a strong first half. He was 5 of 7, the only man in double figures for World Vision with 12 points, but you're right. He's had a few turnovers, and he has not looked to shoot the ball in this second half. And he cannot hit the free throw here. He does have one more and another chance to tie. Deep breath, right-hand free throw, up and in. 3 minutes in, fourth quarter. It's a brand new game, 57 apiece. Meanwhile, here comes Vines. Vines going to crash to the rim, and he's got it off the glass. Pretty little wraparound shot there off the window.
And fearless going right at 7'3". David Foster just went around him like a construction cone and able to finish with a wraparound. Good body control.
Foster, tough angle, able to get it to go off the glass on a fadeaway from the far baseline. 59 apiece.
That's showing some nice versatility in his game. Pinned underneath, used the glass perfectly. Nice angled shot, kissed it home.
Again, 10 to shoot. Ibinu into the lane, double teamed, and it's poked loose and stolen. Pat comes up with it, then a vicious shoulder there thrown by Ebenen. That one a borderline flagrant in my opinion.
Definitely. You got to maintain your composure. He may have been frustrated that they didn't blow a whistle and a foul on the double team on the previous play, but you got to let that slide off your shoulder at that level, don't you? And just retreat defensively, get into your set, and play the game.
Coach Bethea did not like it. Was lobbying the officials for a flagrant. Won't get it, though, 4 minutes into this fourth quarter. Again, tied at 59. A ticket to the semifinals on the line. That'll be played here in Las Vegas tomorrow afternoon at noon here at the Doolittle Community Center. Walker spins his way into the front court. He's guarded by Verdu. Now it's Thomas who's been quiet. Thomas with a shake, and he's stripped. Ebadu got a piece of it and stole it away. Now it's up the floor. Tipping, who just returned. Going to slow it down in that far corner, and then has it poked out of bounds by the defender, Pack. And we've got ourselves a media timeout. Meanwhile, Pack took a pretty good shot on the right hand there as he...
Don't look at the right hand of Jamison Tipping. I think he just jammed his right pinky, and it's angled in the wrong direction.
Yeah, he just popped it back in, I think, gave out a yelp here at midcourt, and then a thumbs up over to the trainer. You called him a competitor, Todd, and if you needed any more evidence, you just got it.
Well, it's lunchtime, and my stomach was churning anyway, but as he walked towards us from the sideline, that pinky was angled in the way that pinky should be angled. And after it was jammed on that catch in the corner, he popped it back, and the tough guy will come right back into the game. Have you ever had a pinky jam or a finger jam on you?
It's not pleasant.
Pretty sharp pain.
Right. Yeah, he's still kind of grasping it, or is grabbing it in the huddle as we speak here. And, you know, he's been big for them. Obviously, he can shoot the three-point ball, but as you mentioned, he brings that hustle to the floor as well.
Yeah, good active energy and a good-looking team player with a lot of upside and a sweet stroke. We saw it. If he catches in rhythm and you give him an inch, he's going to take it, find the bottom of the net, and he did it early and often and had a tremendous first half and led this team with 15 points. And they vaulted out to a 5-point lead. Jamison Tipping is going to be key if they're going to figure out a way to eke out this game against a very impressive-looking World Vision roster.
Nick Anastas, Tom Benacki, Kelsey Wright-Johnson, Antonia Yingifa here at the Doolittle Community Center, along with several players, coaches, and scouts here at the Global Basketball Summer League. 10th annual Global Basketball Summer League started back in 2008 with Executive Director Daryl Reshaw, and a lot of these players will go on to bigger and brighter things as over 600 or so over the years have landed professional jobs.
Yeah, 40 last year alone.
Up and under, no good for Abidu. Up ahead, Walker for World Vision. Lost it on the way up. Was there a foul? I think I heard a whistle. Yes, we did. Foul's going to go against Vines, who shrugs his shoulders at the officials. So they're going to put the point guard, Marcus Walker, out of Colorado State, back to the free throw line, and a chance for World Vision to reclaim the lead as we near the midway point of this fourth quarter. That one's up and in.
They come down to free throws, as we say. I know that's cliched, but down the stretch, you got to capitalize.
Always does, doesn't it?
Every time.
61-59, two big ones there for Walker. I agree with you. Well, Vines all the way to the rim, just went coast to coast, nearly got the layup, but he does draw the foul.
Good high-flying circus act. I love the way he took it into his own hands. And, again, attacking the rim, going right at the 7'3" giant, and able to utilize his body. He knew how to draw the contact, and if the shot wasn't going to go in, he knew he was headed to the stripe.
You know, Vines was quiet in that first half, 0 of 5, 1 point. But he has helped shoulder the load here on the offensive end for Coach Gavriel in the second half. Can't hit the free throw there, 0 of 2.
He missed them both. He's really stepped up his game, but boy, his team needed those free throws with under 5.5 to play.
Instead, they're down 2 and now need a stop. Walker trying to go one-on-one with Hobbs, throws it away. Threw it behind the intended target pass and into the second row.
Good idea, but not the right pass and cost them a possession. World Vision, a lot of turnovers early in this game. They kind of righted the ship in the middle portion of this contest. That's when they began to make a run. They got into rhythm. They can't go back to their old ways and turn it over here down the stretch with 5:13 to play.
61-59. This one has been up and down, so to speak, Todd. World Vision came out and scored the first 7 points to begin the basketball game. Greek Connect, though, quickly were able to recover and take the lead at halftime. But after the Greek team had pushed their lead all the way to 15, World Vision, on behalf of their defense, really, Todd, the full court press, helping them get back in the game and take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it's all started on defense, and that really got them back into the contest. But they started to find their mojo, so to speak, and starting to execute out of what their game plan was today. Their offensive sets were a lot more crisp. They started to play together. They found some good energy with the likes of Stephon Branch bringing it off the bench, and they kind of fed off that from there. And, down the stretch, if you can avoid those turnovers, hit your free throws, you certainly have a great chance to win.
5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 61-59. Greek Connect down 2 with the ball. And now down to 10 to shoot. Hobbs in the near corner. He's explosive. He's going to step back this time and fire a 3. It's short. Vines, a second try, fade, short. Dunk attempt. Comes up short. And finally, the defensive glass is there as Foster grabs the rebound.
And David Foster exerting his presence underneath. Didn't get all of the ball, but just enough to alter on the dunk attempt by Abinum. And it forces a mistake, and back comes World Vision.
They're down to 5 to shoot, though, as Walker pounds the ball into the court. High post, Thomas tried to spin, stolen away. Vines got it. And now Vines is hit across the shoulders and fouled at the top of the key. Well, that's about the only way you can stop him when he's got that kind of speed is foul him. That's exactly what Rashad Pack did, and gives a smile to his teammates.
Give some credit to Enuma Ebinum, too, on the opposite play. Every time he's made a mistake on the offensive side, he's recovered and helped his team and atoned for it defensively. And that time the poke away forced the steal and allowed Greek Connect to put it in motion.
Again, Greek Connect trying to tie the game down 2. Catch and face, fire, up and in.
That's what you love to see from a player. Do it on one end and bring it on the offensive side as well. And Ebinum squared up those shoulders, didn't hesitate, and nailed the mid-range J.
That's his game, that catch and face. Ebinum out of Bowie State ties the game with 4 minutes to go, and now a turnover by World Vision. Pack into the lane, not on the same page with Foster.
Too fancy late in the game. It's too tight for that. Tried a no-look whip to the baseline and threw it to the wall out of bounds.
Yeah, Foster, I don't think had a clue it was coming. Great Connect searching for the lead now. Verdure leaves it left side. Vines tees up a 3 and knocks it in off the glass. I think he knew he got lucky there as he clutches his fist on the way down the floor.
Sweet shot, use the glass, bank it home.
64-61, 3 short there from Pack. Offensive rebound, Walker. Back up top, 3 around the horn, and no good there for the miss, as Ellis couldn't find the touch, and now Greek Connect gets another break. It's their basketball.
Well, you can't fault World Vision. They had 2 real good open looks from way downtown and clanked both of them away, and then Robert Sampson couldn't collect on the loose ball and tumbled out of bounds.
3-point lead. 5 unanswered from Greek Connect. Looking for more, trying to push their lead up to 2 possessions. 10 to shoot. Verdure up top. That's a long 2, and it's up and in from straight away. Hit it right in the face of the defender, Marcus Walker. 7 straight, 66-61. 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. World Vision, they need a bucket here. A little bit of a drought. Walker with 10 to shoot. Will do. Fires a 3 and is fouled. Well, he hit the ground. May have sold that a little bit there, Todd, as the defender, Anthony Verdure, certainly didn't agree. But a big call and 3 big free throws are coming in just a moment. We have a timeout on the floor. 66-61. Greek Connect back in front by 5.
So a fun game down the stretch we come, and it may come down to who makes the fewest mistakes. Both teams have stepped up, ramped up their games. They've had opportunities.
tune-up before they head halfway across the world to China. And the Greek Connect storyline, I suppose, is that Coach Gabriel is looking for his first win of the week here. He went 0 for 3 in session A. Walker, free throw, in and out, no good. Boy, the line's starting to haunt World Vision at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, they've got their opportunities at the stripe, and they're going awry, and you can't do it here down the stretch. He'll have 3 chances, though, as he hits the second of 3.
Walker, after missing the first, had a pretty enthusiastic high five with the opponent, the man who fouled him, which you don't see very often. Makes up for it, though, by going 2 of 3, hit the final 2, brings his club within 3, 66-63, and more full court pressure. Handled nicely by Greek Connect as Vines crosses his way right to left into the front court. Guarded by Branch, 10 to shoot. Vines up top, looking, has the three-point threat, Tipping. Tipping trying to square up, drives to his left, fades, and misses. Too strong there on the fadeaway, and now the rebound to World Vision. Down 3, 2.5 to go. Branch going to go all the way to the cup and score it off the glass. Got a friendly roll.
Well, he's a good-looking player, high-flying circus act, very confident. And once he flies off those feet, he knows how to finish. Soft-handed shot went down the hole.
1-point game yet again. 66-65, 10 to shoot now for Greek Connect. They want it in this man's hands. That's Tipping. Instead, it's Ebenu, and he can't find it from 18 straight away. Rebound, World Vision. Chance for the lead here as they look for their 6th straight point. In and out, no for Walker. Sampson blocked from behind and then stripped. Taken away underneath by Estes. Outlet here. Verdure to the rim. Can't get it. In and out on the bank attempt. Rebound again goes to Branch. And now slowing it down is World Vision. They are down 1, clock ticking, 90 seconds. They lob it inside. Foster, tough catch, stripped on the way up. No whistle there. He wanted a foul. Instead, Greek Connect with a chance to add to their 1-point lead now. Verdure skips it near corner. Tipping, catch, fire. 3 is no good, but a foul is called. He's knocked down in front of his own bench. Not a great closeout there, Todd, and Tipping has a chance to make this a 2-possession game with 3 free throws coming up with just 1:21 to go in this 4th quarter.
It's Stephon Branch flying at the shooter in the corner, and that's a no-no. Didn't go up straight, went up at him, and he'll get 3 free throws with his team nursing a 1-point lead.
Yeah, and he comes up short on the front. Again, both teams leaving a lot of points out there at the charity stripe.
Jamison Tipping still grasping that right pinky at times as he heads back to the free throw line after he jammed it earlier in this game, and he just missed 2 in a row. I'm sure it's still bothering him, if not physically, mentally. You know, you jam the pinky, you snap it back in, and I guarantee you it's going to throb for a while, but it's in the back of your mind that thing still hurts.
Yep. Will it affect the 3rd free throw? It won't. So he goes 1 for 3 to make it a 2-point game, 67-65. And now a little bit of pressure, some soft pressure from the defender, T.J. Bates. We have a whistle and, again, a shot clock issue. Stops the clock with 1:11 to go.
Dominic Woodson back in the game in the front court. Big 7'3" man Foster sits down. And Woodson gives you a lot more athleticism and physicality on the offensive side. Let's see if they try to feed him instantaneously as he popped right off the bench and get him involved.
Yeah, he's not looked to score the basketball too often tonight, but he is a presence. Ellenson has to go into the backcourt for Branch to avoid the 5-second count. And then we have, a kick ball here in the backcourt against the defender, Vercher. 1:15. Coach Bethea back on his feet on the World Vision sideline. Coach Gabriel going to tell his guys pick up full court. Branch going to lob it, handled by Pack at 3/4 court. Pack going to go around Vines and into the front court with a right-hand dribble. Comes to the near side. Defense switches up as Estes comes out on the matchup. Drive and kick, Branch for three, short, far side. Woodson tries to keep it alive, goes back up, too strong though, and finally it's tipping on the defensive glass for Greek Connect. Down to 55 seconds. Verdure with the ball, they got to get it in the front court. Estes lost it, and then it's an 8-second violation. Well, seemingly nobody quite had control of that bouncing ball, and ultimately it's World Vision who benefits. They'll have the ball down only 2 with 48 seconds to go in this fourth quarter. We have a timeout on the floor.
Yeah, a lot of helter-skelter play in the last minute or so. You'd think a foul or two would have been called, and I'm sure Alinos Gabriel is chomping at the bit. The guy was literally tossed to the deck. There was no whistle and foul against World Vision, so they let him play here in the final minute. We'll see how this all unfolds. 67-65, and a really entertaining game. Back and forth action, and the kind of finish you want here at this event.
Yeah, if you're just joining us, World Vision scored the first 7 points of the ball game. Greek Connect then responded, took the lead at halftime, pushed that lead up to 15 in the third quarter. And since then, World Vision has narrowed the gap. They led briefly in this fourth quarter by as many as 3, but down 2 here, 67-65. The winner punches their ticket to the semifinals, which will be played here in Las Vegas tomorrow at noon. All right. Both coaches on their feet. Coach Bethea moving his arms, trying to orchestrate the offense here. Coach Gavriel's Greek Connect team is going to pick up man-to-man. Branch into the front court, right-hand dribble, guarded by Hobbs. 45 seconds. Looks like a couple of low screens here. Branch still with the dribble. Now puts on the gas. Misses his own shot, though. Stays with it. New 24 in the far corner. 30 seconds to go on the game clock. Pulling it back out is Alvin Ellis. Trying to go behind the back. Ellis to his left. Looks inside. Woodson. One dribble in the lane. Spins to his left. Did he travel? I think he did. Absolutely. Yes, he did. Yeah, the only one arguing that one is not Woodson himself, but his head coach, Coach Bethea.
Yeah, it was an obvious call. He changed the pivot foot, tried to drop step after he panicked losing the handle of the basketball. And there's that Greek Connect defense that served them so well early in this game and allowed them to vault out to a 15-point advantage. It's come when it's mattered the most here on that possession with 18 seconds to go. Good clamp down, good active hands in the lanes, and they frustrated Woodson, and he made the mistake.
So now it's on World Vision to find an answer. As they trail 67-65, they're going to have to foul here, Todd, right? I mean, they have, first of all, 9 team fouls, right? Shot clock off. They have 9 team fouls. The 10th will put Greek Connect on the free throw line in the bonus situation. So limited options right now for Coach Bethea.
Yeah, and all they can do is extend the game as much as possible and allow themselves opportunities to get the ball back. The only way to do that is a quick foul, send Greek Connect to the foul line. They'll have 2 free throw chances with a 2-point advantage. If Connect can connect, they got a chance to connect into the semis tomorrow.
There you go. All right. The inbound is big here coming up. It'll be Vines to throw it in for Greek Connect on the far sideline. Guarded by the 6'8 Sampson. He's got Estes Hobbs tipping and Verdure on the floor with him. Vines gets it in. Estes, far corner, avoids the double team, goes back to Vines. Vines spins, attacks the rim, scores it, and the foul. With just 13 seconds to go, Vines decides to be aggressive, and he doubles the lead for Greek Connect. It's now 69-65, one more coming.
And why did World Vision wait so long to foul? By the time the ball got into the hands of Vines and he drove on them and able to finish in one cardinal mistake, it may cost them a chance to win.
Free throw, good as well. Huge play for Vines, 70-65. Into the front court comes Pack. Pack for 3, no. Tip Sampson, no. Estes tried to wrestle it away, and now there is a whistle with under 4 seconds. Tipping ultimately came out of the crowd with the basketball, and I think we have a foul here against, is it World Vision here, Todd?
It's going to go against Greek Connect.
Oh, it's against Greek Connect, okay. Meanwhile, a substitution coming on. Coach Gabriel taking out Estes, who just fouled out. Back on comes Ebynum. Three-pointer fading away. Ellington is fouled. Wow.
Why in the world would you be anywhere near a three-point shooter with 2 seconds to go and a 5-point lead?
Especially a fadeaway in the corner. It's on
There's no
Hobbs.
5-point play in the scorebook or in the diagram that you can possibly draw up. So why in the world would you be anywhere in the vicinity of a three-point shooter?
Coach Gabrielle perhaps wondering the same.
Got to understand situation at every time on the court. Situation.
Wally Ellenson, 6'6" swingman who's hit a couple of threes in this one. Knocks down the free throw. First trip to the line. 70-66. There's less than 2 seconds to go.
Well,
can't get the second one. Needed that one there, Todd.
That was the only chance, right? He had to hit all three. Actually, to make two and probably miss the third purposely just to have a prayer. But now there's no chance.
We'll see what the plan is here on the third and final. He's going to knock it down. One possession game. It's 70-67.
Now you throw
Meanwhile,
a baseball
Woodson
pass.
and Ebonu are in each other's face here, away from the ball. The officials had to separate them as they were jarring literally nose to nose there. The whistle, however, I don't think it had anything to do with that. I think it came on the other side of the floor, also away from the ball. Yeah, it's going to be a grab, I think, against Branch here. Let's see. Meanwhile, Woodson and Ebonu are still jarring with one another. The officials are keeping a pretty close eye on it, however. We got a intentional foul there. Yep, the grab before the ball came in. Verdure knocks it down, 71-67. Still Greek Connect basketball. See if World Vision is going to play this one till the bitter end or not. Hobbs is the inbounder. Looking, bounce pass taken away by Ellington, who then heaves it up and over the top of the backboard. Was he out of bounds, though, before the shot attempt? Yes, he was. He had his left foot on that sideline, so it'll stay with Greek Connect. Now down to 0.8 to go.
Send a streaker and throw it down court.
Yep, they throw it to Verdure, and that's it. So, final score in this first round Session B matchup. Greek Connect able to down World Vision 71-67 in what at times, Todd, was a game of runs.
Definitely, and congratulations to Linos Gabriel. He gets off the schneid with a big victory, his first victory in this tournament, and a well-deserved victory. You know, it's easy to whittle away a 15-point deficit, crawl into a hole, and then say, hey, we'll get ready for tomorrow and take the loss. But, boy, did they battle back down the stretch, up 15 at one point. Credit World Vision, they made a tremendous run. They utilized their athleticism. They got their second win. They got their spark, and they made this one heck of a finish of a basketball game. But for Greek Connect, yeah, they dug down deep. They were able to make the adjustments here in the fourth quarter, and they really deserved this big victory. On paper, it looks like an upset. Don't tell that, though, to Linos Gabriel. His team certainly deserved it. They earned it today.
Well, big reason why was Jamison Tipping, who had 15 points in that first half, and he's now standing by with Atonye Yingifa. Go ahead, Atonye.
We're here with Greek Connect's very own leading scorer, Jamison Tipping.
Yep.
You guys played with a lot of passion, a lot of heart, a lot of togetherness. How do you guys think you were able to come out with the win today?
I mean, Coach said from the beginning that we were the underdogs, I guess, so we just wanted to stay together. Even if we got down a lot, we wanted to stay together and play as a team. So we just try to listen to Coach and try to execute that.
Now, I heard this was your first time here at this camp. How are you liking it thus far?
I think it's great. I mean, I know a lot of coaches around here and everything, but I like how they do things. It's very professional. And, I mean, we got our first win, so far it's going well.
There you have it. Day one with the win. Congratulations. Good luck tomorrow.